this is kind of going to be quick, a little bit of a quick stream, quick video. But if I have to edit out of nowhere, that's my bad. Family's around today, so I can't really be like streaming and talking at the same time because it can get chaotic in the house. So yeah, this basically what I'm gonna say is, and I think this is kind of the topic that I want to talk about real quick because I've been seeing it everywhere, and I'm not gonna lie, it's starting to get like mad annoying seeing this shit. But that Jake Paul, yeah, you know who if you're familiar with YouTube and all that shit, you know the place that this kid is like, he's a great boxer, and all of his 12-year-old fans are like backing him and saying he's a professional boxer. Son, alright, boys. Jake Paul is nowhere close to a professional boxer's league. And I know a lot of people are going to be like, dude, you know, he can fight, he can throw hands, whatever. I don't give a shit. But have you seen his past 3 previous fights, bro? The first one was Deji. And let me say something about Deji, actually. Deji was one of the only boxers out of all 3 of them that really gave Jake a bloody fucking nose. Like, gave him a bloody nose. Jake was breathing. He could barely even breathe. Breathing heavy, I meant. And, of course, we all breathe. But, yeah, just look at Jake in that entire scuffle they had. And at the end of it, Jake came out the one that was, like, badly beat up. And Deji was perfectly fine, really. And they gave the fight to Jake. You know, fair play. But just the more that I see these comments and I see so many people talking about how he's a professional fighter and how he can beat people like Jorge Masvidal or DC or all these people. Listen, bro. You might think you're like the guy. He has fault. Right? He has fault. Deji, Nate Robinson, and Ben Askren. Now, may I tell you that Nate Robinson is a professional basketball player, has absolutely nothing to do with fighting whatsoever. His uncle trained him in the garage for the fight, thinking that shit was gonna work. So I didn't really know, like, what his fans were expecting to happen. I almost damn near knew that this kid was going to win the fight because where's the training for this? What the fuck? Nate Robinson? This is the guy? This is who you chose, Jake? Really? Like, bro. And it's funny because after that entire Nate Robinson fight, you know, he celebrated, but it wasn't really like, whoa, what the fuck? He celebrated, but it wasn't really like a huge celebration for him. But all of a sudden, he fights this Ben Askren, right? I know who Ben Askren is. I've been watching him for wrestling and the UFC. I have watched Ben get hit with shot after shot after shot after shot after shot while on the ground with like a broken nose, a bloody face, and there will be a dude on top of him, pause, but you know what I mean. There will be a guy right there just hitting him. And the ref will just sit there and look at this happening. He'll watch it because he knows Ben is fine. And next thing you know, Ben will get up. And I've seen this man countless times get hit in the head over and over and over again. And still came out of it perfectly fine and won the fight. So you're telling me, right? You're telling me that Ben gets into this boxing match. Now, if you really watch the boxing match instead of what his fans do, what they'll do is they'll just watch the knockout of the boxing match instead of watching the actual entire thing itself, you would notice that Jake is a awful boxer. Terrible. I was watching back this man's clip, right? And I think it was like the first 29 seconds of the fight. You just see Ben throw like a what the fuck is that haymaker, and he tries to hit Jake, and all of a sudden, keep in mind this punch, man, if you know, I'm not going to be the type of guy to be like, if that were me in this situation, but literally if that was me in this situation, I would just whoop and just hit him right in the face. Like, it was the most clear as day punch. Ben barely came at it with anything. He put like no effort into chasing him with this whirling fist that was doing nothing. And Jake hides from the punch and starts running away. Guys, running away from Ben's punch. The one punch Ben threw, Jake ducked it and started running away like a child from this punch. Listen, I'm not saying the kid can't take a hit or anything like that. But when your opponent actually throws a punch at you, and you literally use the entire ring to get away from that punch, you're not a good fighter. Just hands down, you're not a good fighter. And that's basically what he did. He just used the entire ring to get away from Ben's one punch of glory. And next thing you know, of course, second round, Ben gets knocked out, whatever, or first round, or you know what, I don't even care to remember at this point. But I do remember the details of the fight. I just forget what round he got knocked out in. So first or second, whatever it was, I'm pretty sure it was second. Bro, Jake comes in with this, what the fuck? Like, bro, the entire fight, you know, he was throwing some good punches, and I was like, okay, you know, he's a good fighter. Like, he's a good fighter. You know what I'm saying? Like, no. Let me throw that back. He's a good athlete. That's what Jake Paul is. He's a good athlete. He's not a good fighter. He's a good athlete. Like, he looks good. His performance looks great. The kid looks like he's in shape himself. But when it comes to the actual fight game, bro, he's all talk, man. He's all talk. Tommy Fury. Who could I list? T. Woodley. Mike Perry. Got some more here. Got some DC. All of these people have all offered Jake a fight. For free. For money. But they have all offered Jake a fight. And you want to know what Jake did? That's exactly correct. Jake did absolutely nothing and stayed as silent as a cold, cold winter night. Did nothing. Didn't do shit. Bro, I thought you're a fighter. I thought he's a fighter. Like, he's a fighter, right? So, go... Wait, is that going to burn up the, No, it's nether brick. Like, he's a fighter, right? Go fight. I mean, if you're a fighter, you would want to fight the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? That's because Jake isn't a fighter. He's a money grabber. And he's going to take the most easiest possible fights for the biggest amounts of money. And that's also what Ben did. Bro, listen, I've seen Ben get hit over and over again. I've seen this man literally get knocked out from punches and still win the fight. You telling me that one little clip that he took to barely even the side of the head was enough to stop the fight? Get the fuck out of here, bro. Get the fuck. If that's not the most rigged shit I've ever seen in my... Bro, Ben, I bet you right now those two talked off camera without the sporting event knowing, without anybody knowing. Because everybody seemed very shocked that Ben got knocked out. For me, and for a lot of people that have actually been in boxing matches before, and they kind of see the bullshit through it, y'all saw Ben get hit with that clip one time, stood back up immediately, stood right back up, started walking to the side of the corner like you're supposed to. The ref comes over, he checks him, checks his gloves. Now, here's the thing that the ref does, and I didn't even notice this until after the fight, but as the ref is asking Ben if he can lift up his hands if he's okay to fight, the ref asks him one time, can you do that? Ben lifts his hands and says, yeah, I'm good. Literally, from the camera, you can see Ben go, yeah, I'm good, after lifting his hands. And I was like, so he's good to go. And then out of nowhere, the ref comes over for a second unnecessary time, grabs his gloves, starts to push them down, asks him again, are you good? And Ben looks down at the gloves that he's holding like, what the fuck are you doing? Looks back up at him and goes, I'm perfectly fine. Let's start the fight. He's not wobbly. He's not tripping. His balance isn't off. He's perfectly fine. And he would just like to continue to fight now. And then the ref just calls it. Huh? No. I don't... Either the ref is completely stupid and doesn't know how fighting works, and that's probably the case. The ref is probably dumb and just does not know how fighting works whatsoever. Or maybe he's just some magical unicorn and he's seeing something that I've never. He could see through Ben's head and he could tell that there was internal injuries. He can tell with his reptile lizard-like skin. Like, bro, listen. I for 100% fact, bro, that shit was so rigged. That shit was so rigged. And I really think the ref just had no idea what the hell he was doing, or did not study up on the fighter that he was, he was reffing for. He didn't study up on Ben, bro. If he studied up on Ben, he would have knew that Ben is a guy that can take a beating in any type of fighting. UFC, MMA, boxing, wrestling. Ben can take a fucking beating. I've seen it multiple times. The man is a 2-time or 3-time Olympic medal wrestler. And you're going to sit here and tell me that this kid is going to knock him out in one punch? It's like, that punch was enough power to stop Ben. It just did it all. But none of those UFC fighters that hit him with lighter gloves and elbows and kneecaps to the fucking nose, nah, that didn't do it for Ben. But one tiny little from Jake Paul to the side of the head, that did all of it for Ben. Ben was completely done. Like, get the fuck out of here, bro. Enough with the fake shit, man. That's why I can't stand this kid. I'm not hating. I'm not doing anything like that. I'm just pointing out the bullshit when I see it on YouTube. This shit pisses me off, bro. You got these kids that are making millions of dollars off of what? Bro. And the part that really pissed me off is when Jake celebrated and started to cry. Bruh. This kid started to cry over winning against Ben. Over winning a rigged fight. Because, you know what? Guess what they didn't do after the fight? They didn't capture any moment where Ben was walking out of that arena. And in my head, I was like, well, why would you not do that? It was like kind of the whole main point. Like, he lost. You should both keep them in the ring, have an interview with them, get your both final words. Nope. Ben just took off, smiling with his wife, both laughing to the bank like, ha 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 ha. Man, I just let this kid fall for that tiny little fucking love tap. I've taken worse beatings in my life. And Jake is over here celebrating and crying like a baby, thinking he just won the biggest fight of his life, right? And right after this, he started, big man, right? As soon as he knocked Ben out, he wants to be big man all of a sudden. And he's sitting there calling out everybody in the UFC. He has called out Conor. That's his whole point, right? Jake's whole point of doing all this shit is because he feels envious. And I'm pretty sure the reason that he did this Ben Askren fight in the fucking first place is because Jake feels envious of his brother Logan Paul for fighting one of the greatest boxers in the world, when Jake has literally been crying and bitching and moaning and fanboying over Conor McGregor. And he just wants to fight Conor. That's the whole point of all this stupid shit that Jake got going. He just wants to fight Conor, bro. And guess what, Jakey? It's never going to happen. You wanna know why? because nobody in the MMA, nobody in the UFC, or nobody in the boxing world respects him or ever will respect Jake Paul. It's just the truth. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're a fan of him. It's just the truth. Nobody's ever going to let him fight in it, and they never will. And there's a reason why whenever somebody asks us a question about Jake Paul at any type of UFC press conference, you instantly just hear Dana White just tell them to just shut the fuck up. But like, I don't want to hear about this kid's name anymore. And of course they ask why. He's like, it's because you're afraid of him doing something? No, you fucking idiot. It's the UFC. Like, they don't got time for clowns. They don't got time for this performance stuff. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you could knock out Ben Askren, but Ben Askren's not really the best striker in the world. And of course you're going to get a good clip on him. And the dude went down, right? And just smiling his way to the bank. The cameras literally cut off of Ben because they did not want to show that he was completely fine and he was smiling his ass off, knowing damn straight this dude's about to take home a fuck ton of money for letting some young ass kid get a knockout on him. Man, I find it funny. I mean, Ben, the entire, bro, you could just see him like laughing after the fight was over. Like, oh, I can't believe that shit just fucking, I can't believe I just did that. Well, let's go home. Literally just having a fucking joke and taking the shit out of it. And just like I said, Jake is over here crying because he thinks he just won against one of the best fighters in the world or something. Buddy, you just won against one of the worst UFC fighters to ever exist. How do you feel about that? Now, no. Ben Askren is an amazing wrestler. Amazing. And he's a good UFC fighter. But I'm definitely not going to put him in the rank for the best UFC. Not even close, dude. Ben, he's taken a lot of losses. I think a lot more losses than he has wins in the UFC. So, I don't know, dude. That shit, it kind of just gets under my skin sometimes, you know, because now you got events with Deji, Bryce Hall. I'm not gonna lie, the only people I know there is Tanner Fox, Big Gibber, old Deji, old Dej, and who? That's it. That's all I know from that. I could give two fucks about the rest. And Austin McBroom, I think is his name. And I only know that because he is a YouTuber, I believe. So, you know, respect for that, for grinding and making it on the YouTube scene. But when it comes to like TikTok and shit like that, bro, I have zero respect for any TikTokers. Like, shut up. Like, the only reason that these TikTokers become popular, bro, they're attractive. That's it. I'm telling you right now, any full-grown man or any regular teenage boy is not watching their TikToks going, oh my god, they're so funny. Nope. It's an audience of underage girls that they take advantage of, and they'll post shirtless videos on their TikTok. Welcome to 2021, folks, where all you gotta do is take your shirt off on TikTok, get exposure to millions of online and underage girls around the world, and next thing you know, you're a millionaire off of it. Woohoo! And next thing you know, you're getting into a boxing match where you're fighting some of the biggest YouTubers on the platform? Why? Why do you guys even want to fight these bums? Dude, you're not going to sit here and tell me for 2 seconds that these guys, bro, it's a creepy world out there. It's a creepy world. The shit that I get suggested on Instagram that's like, hey, have you checked out this beauty pageant of these 12-year-old girls in swimsuits? And it's like, bro, what the fuck is this? No, don't ever show me some dumb shit like this again. Ever. Next thing you know, the next day after I literally had to delete that account and completely just try to ban them away from me. Not delete account, wrong words. Report. That's the damn word I'm looking for. I tried to report the account. It was child, whatever the fuck it was. And I came back to it the next day. Still there. And next thing you know, I'm searching through my page again. And bro, for a second time, I get recommended some random, like, beauty pageant girl. Had to be not even over 8 years old. And every single one of her pictures was just her in a swimsuit. Bro, that's fucking sick. And these motherfuckers on TikTok, man, that's their audience. That's their audience right there. You know what I mean? But yeah, I'm gonna end the stream. I gotta get into it with this whole boxing shit, man. Because you know what, Jake Paul? If you want to be considered and get respect in the fighting and the boxing world, you need to fight a real life boxer. Not an NBA player, not Deji, and not a wrestler. You need to fight a real boxer. Tommy Fury, anybody. Why haven't you called Canelo out? Canelo has one of the biggest names in boxing. Didn't call him out, right? I wonder why. But at least your brother Logan Paul actually has the balls to call out a legit boxer. And of course, it's for the money. But at the same time, you can kind of pull a sense that this fight, more or less, is Logan Paul just being like, wow, like, I'm about to fight one of the best boxers in the world. I'm going to take advantage of that. And I might be getting paid hundreds of millions for it, but at the same time, I get to take that title for who I'm about to fight. I respect that, man. I respect that wholeheartedly. What I don't respect is winning against somebody like Ben Askren, crying about it. I did. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. And literally anybody that can throw a punch could walk into that ring and also knock out Ben Askren. It's not that fucking hard. So, yeah. You know, like, anybody could walk in there and knock him out. Literally anybody. And Ben also admitted that he wasn't even fucking training for it. He didn't care. He just didn't care to take it seriously. He's seen it as a quick paycheck, and that's how he was going in there viewing the fight. You know what? Like, he did not fucking care. And Ben literally seen that opportunity, that simple 1-2 jab that every basic boxer loves to do. They set up the left, they go in for the right. And of course, Ben seen the left jab, and he was like, you know what? I'm just going to let the right jab hit me. Bah! Ben falls back, gets right back up, kind of acts like he's a little, ooh, that hurt. And the ref calls the fight. Oh, guys, I'm done. Yeah, I'm done. I can't anymore, dude. This kid pisses me off to no end. And it's honestly funny to me that they will praise this guy, and you got people like Snoop Dogg, you know what I mean? Like, shit like that. They're like, yeah. Like, bro, shut the fuck up. What'd you expect was gonna happen? We all knew that shit. I knew that was gonna go down. I was still rooting for Ben. Come on, Ben. Woohoo. Because I knew what was gonna happen. I just knew it. Like, the dude is a wrestler. He's not really a boxing striker whatsoever. So, yeah. I don't know what we were expecting. I don't know what y'all were expecting. I'm yawning. I mean, if y'all think I'm wrong, definitely say so because I'd like hearing opinions. But yeah, in no way, shape, or form am I hating on the kid. I honestly think that, hats off to him for even setting stuff like that up and making money off of stuff like that and just having the career that he has. But it's just what I don't respect is the fake shit. When the fake shit is like the whole. Remember before Jake fought Nate Robinson and he had a couple videos that I constantly keep seeing all over Instagram, and every single time I see it, I report it. But it's him with the arm gadget where there's a piece of metal on his arm that opens up and it has all these. It has a gadget for power, it has a gadget for cooling. Like the fake shit. That's on the fake shit, bro. That's what I don't respect from this kid. And he brings that fake shit over into the fighting world. And he thinks he's a legit boxer. And I can't wait for him to fight somebody like Tommy Fury that is literally going to knock Jake out within the first 2 punches. And Jake is going to be going, I am not a boxer. And every single one of his fans that have literally been dick riding this kid and fighting and just saying, no, he's a great boxer. He could beat anybody. He could beat Conor McGregor if he came to the boxing world. Shut up. Shut up. Conor McGregor? Shut up. We're talking about a guy that went rounds with Floyd Mayweather. Rounds with him. And you're going to sit there and tell me that Jakey Paul is gonna knock him out. Guys, I've heard some dumb shit before, but it just takes the cake when I hear people say stuff like that. I can't even argue with them because it's like, hey man, there's no weight to argue with here. I mean, what you just said is absolutely fucking ridiculous, and yeah, I can't argue with you if you just sound dumb like that. I really can't, man. But yeah, that's kind of my personal opinion. Like I said, I respect the guy. I respect what he does on YouTube and making a living off of that. And I respect the grind. Definitely. That's a lot of hard work to get to the place that he's at. But I don't respect the fake stuff. I don't respect his past 3 fights. No, the past 2 fights, really. Because Deji was actually kind of a challenge. Deji had some boxing training. Like some legit boxing training. And he gave Jake a bloody nose, pieced him up. But you see him get these knockouts so easily against non-boxers and non-fighters and people that haven't even trained to fight him, but he's out here in a training camp 24/7. What do you expect is going to happen? I mean, could you really cry over such an easy victory? I wouldn't. But yeah, I'm going to end the stream there. Kind of just ran it on. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Like I said, I'm not hating on anybody. All respect for him for where he's at in life. But if he wants to be a professional boxer, if he wants to be seen as a professional boxer, he needs to fight a professional boxer. Bye-bye.